Police say inside of this house here in Riviera Beach is where they found this little girl, Nia Williams, beaten so badly she later died, and officers blame her mother.
We can never get her smile back. We can never talk to her again.
From taking care of her since she was 5 months old.
She was like my granddaughter.
And watching 7-year-old Nia Williams come into her own.
Well, Nia was brilliant. She's a fashionista. She loved makeup. She just was a lovely, lovely child.
Thank you for watching Why I Killed You TV. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is the heartbreaking case of 7-year-old Nia Williams, a young girl who suffered years of abuse before she was tragically killed, allegedly by her own mother, Nikisha Williams. On April 28, 2025, police in Riviera Beach, Florida, were called to a home on West 15th Street. They found Nia unresponsive. She was rushed to St. Mary's Medical Center, but it was too late. Doctors discovered that she had suffered blunt force trauma to her abdomen. The autopsy revealed a lacerated liver, detached intestines, and internal bleeding. Her death was ruled a homicide. This wasn't the first time Nia had been hurt. Over the past few years, there were multiple signs of abuse. In 2021, she had a broken femur and a gash in her head that required 9 staples. Later that year, her arm was broken. In 2022, she suffered burns from boiling water. Each injury raised red flags. Florida's Department of Children and Families, DCF, removed Nia from her mother's custody twice. But somehow she was allowed to return home both times. The system failed her. Her school noticed signs too. Nia often came to class dirty, missed over 50 days of school that year, and looked sick. On April 25th, just 3 days before her death, Nia went to school vomiting and holding her stomach in pain. She couldn't even sit upright. The nurse couldn't treat her because her mother hadn't signed the consent forms. Investigators later spoke with Nia's sister. She told them that their mother, Nikisha, would beat them with belts, shoes, mop handles, and even metal pipes. She said that their mom had stomped on Nia's stomach. In the final days of Nia's life, her sister said she was made to clean, beaten while she was sick, and forced to take cold showers. On April 10th, just weeks before Nia's death, a report was filed with DCF showing visible injuries, black eyes, facial scars, and swollen skin. Still, no emergency action was taken. After Nia's death, police began a deeper investigation. On June 26, Nikisha Williams was arrested. She was charged with first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse. The next day, she pleaded not guilty in court. She is now being held without bail in the Palm Beach County Jail. This case has shaken the community. Many are asking how such a long pattern of abuse could go unnoticed, or worse, be ignored, by people in systems meant to protect children. We will continue to follow this story as it develops. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Whitney Walker.
I'm Godmother.
And Rebecca Finley.
Caregiver, which I was referred to as Auntie.
Sat side by side as Nia's mother,
Nikisha Williams,
walked into court accused in her murder.
What goes through your mind when you look at her?
How could you?
In April, Riviera Beach police say they came here to West 15th Street on a call of an unresponsive child. Nia died at the hospital.
But she caused the death. That's why she's arrested, and it was definitely abuse.
On Thursday, 2 months after the child's death, a grand jury indicted Williams on 1 count of first-degree murder. The indictment reveals the cause of death: blunt force trauma to the abdomen.
She should have been in jail a long time ago.
For 10 years, Finley and Walker say they've been caring for Williams' 4 children on and off as unofficial foster parents. But in January of 2024, a year and a half ago, they say the kids returned to Williams' husband. Walker says she called DCF in early April.
The last time I saw them, they were very malnourished.
That was just 12 days before her death.
I told the DCF there wasn't one person that was not aware of this young lady being a dangerous mother.
Now, through their tears, Finley and Walker serve as Nia's voice as they fight to get her justice.
I'm guaranteeing she's saying, Auntie, tell them everything. Don't forget nothing. Tell them everything. So, I am not Rebecca Finley. I am Nia Williams.
Now, Finley told me Nia's siblings are safe and they're being taken care of. And we've been pushing DCF for a comment, but they've not gotten back to us yet.
The child's own mother is now charged with first-degree murder in her daughter's death. April 28th, Riviera Beach police receive an emergency call. An unresponsive child reported at a home on West 15th Street. When they arrive, a 7-year-old girl is found in critical condition. She's taken to St. Mary's Medical Center, where she would later be pronounced dead. 24 hours later, detectives with the Special Investigations Division are asking questions. They ruled the death a homicide. Investigators say the child, Nia Williams' death was due to blunt force trauma to the stomach. Her mother, Nikisha Williams, is identified as the single suspect. A neighbor who says she tried to help had no idea just how bad the conditions were inside the victim's home.
I never thought those girls were sleeping on the floor and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? A damaged mattress. It was just, when I went in the house with the police, it was horrible. The whole house was like, girl, I have never seen nothing like that before in my life. You got chicken that stayed in the refrigerator for days and magnets in the refrigerator.
This house on West 15th Street in Riviera Beach is where a child's murder and a history of abuse are now under investigation. Our camera caught this moving truck, and a man with boxes and bags labeled Biohazard material had just loaded up the back. We're not sure if that's connected to the disturbing case that's now headed to court, but here's what police tell us about what they uncovered. Back in April, paramedics arrived here and found 7-year-old Nia Williams unresponsive. She would later die at St. Mary's Medical Center. Blunt force trauma to the abdomen, the autopsy concluded. The story that 32-year-old Nikisha Williams told cops didn't make any sense. How did her daughter end up in such bad shape? During May and June, Riviera Beach Police and the Palm Beach County State Attorney's Office looked into this, and 2 weeks ago, a grand jury indicted Nikisha Williams. The charges: first-degree murder and child abuse. Police records reveal investigators interviewed a witness who said Nikisha jumped on top of Nia and stomped her in a fit of rage over cereal spilt on the floor. Now here's what we know about the Department of Children and Families' previous involvement. Nia was in foster care for a while and then living with relatives. Then Nikisha got custody back. In 2021 and 2022, the little girl was hospitalized with injuries that suggested abuse, and there were long spells where Nia was missing from school or showing up in dirty clothes. Family friends say they contacted DCF with concerns, and in fact, police say DCF was hovering 26 days before the child's death. Glover is now advocating for change across this entire system. In her case, her kids were returned to her, and they found safety and stability in her home. In the Williams case, the exact opposite happened. Glover says anytime a child is in a situation where the mom is about to lose or regain parental rights, they need a licensed attorney to represent them. As it stands, the child is guided through the legal proceedings by a guardian ad litem.
Attorneys for children is vitally important because everyone in a DCF dependency case is represented. And they say the child is the center of these cases, so why does a child not have representation? That makes no sense. So who is the voice for that child? Who really is there to speak on that child?
I hate you. You're gonna die. I don't want to do this.